What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Kevin Nash reveals his son Tristen's cause of death, more WWE returns are coming, Sasha Banks training for a wrestling return, Kurt Angle's big money demand for AEW, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Kevin Nash discusses his son Tristen's cause of death. Atop of today's news is Kevin Nash actually revealing what killed his son Tristen. As reported last week, the WWE Hall of Famer's son died at the age of 26, and Nash is opening up about what happened. Nash informed his fans via his Click This podcast that Tristen suffered a seizure, and that
the seizure caused a cardiac arrest. He was basically dead in his room on the floor with EMT working on him, and they got him back and got him in the ambulance and tried to save his life. And so to the people that at Halifax Hospital, doctors and nurses, I thank you.
Nash explained that he and his son had decided to stop drinking and that they gave up alcohol cold turkey, noting,
"We both had decided that we were going to stop drinking." And so it was a situation where, we both went cold turkey. Well, I don't think either of us felt great because you stop drinking coffee for a day and you get a headache, So I think that we were both dealing with it. Well, one of the things that if you WebMD that, one of the things of cold turkey is that you have an increased rate of having, or increased risk of having a seizure.
While discussing his son's passing, Nash explained that his son had Asperger's and he was autistic. He also discussed the outpouring of condolences and support from the wrestling community, and that so far he hasn't had time to respond to the hundreds of messages he's received. Nash did discuss one conversation that helped him, a heart-to-heart with Ric Flair, who lost his own son back in 2013.
Like, one of the people I reached out to when Ric Flair sent me a message and was telling me, he loved me and, anything I could do. And the thing is, when you're one of the boys, it's not just, it's not lip service. It's just like, Rick reached out to me and I said, "Can you talk?" And he said, "Sure." So I went out by the pool and I just said, "How did you do it?" With Reed. Like, how did you? And we went over and we just...
Now, the bond between wrestlers can be incredible. Something obvious from this story of one wrestler helping another begin the healing process. Next up, Montreal hosting the 2023 Elimination Chamber. A big news for fans in Montreal, as the WWE has chosen the legendary wrestling city to host the 2023 Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. WWE.com issued a press release and an excerpt which follows, saying, WWE today announced that the Bell Center in Montreal will host Elimination Chamber on Saturday, February 18th, 2023. Elimination Chamber marks the first Premium Live event to take place in Montreal in 14 years. Following the success of WWE's recent Canadian live event tour, Friday Night SmackDown will also emanate from the Bell Center on Friday, February 17th, 2023. Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens pointed out that this is the first PLE in Montreal since 2009's Breaking Point pay-per-view. While Montreal has hosted many memorable shows, including PLEs, it's perhaps best known for the 1997 Survivor Series, a show scandalized by the Montreal Screwjob. Unfortunately, the WWE, at least under Vince McMahon, always seemed to find a way to revisit the infamous events whenever the WWE returned to town. Let's hope the Triple H era sees an end to reminders of that infamous night from 9th November 1997. But as we noted earlier this week, there were rumors that the WWE's first Saudi Arabia PLE was scheduled for May, leading to speculation where the Elimination Chamber event would be held. Another area of speculation to ponder is what, if any, titles will be contested in for the Chamber. Will the WWE have Roman Reigns defend the title? If not, will there be any secondary men's titles or perhaps the tag titles defended in the Chamber match? Likewise, what are the WWE's Women's Championships? What titles do you think might be defended in the Chamber next year? Could the WWE perhaps hold number one contenders matches in the Chamber as it has before, giving the winner a title shot at WrestleMania? Doesn't it make the Royal Rumble redundant though? Next up, Matt Hardy teases the return of the broken Matt Hardy character. Matt Hardy's broken Matt Hardy character remains one of his most popular personas, and while Matt revisited the character when he debuted in AEW, the character didn't stick around for long. However, might Matt bring it back? Hardy recently discussed this during an episode of his podcast, saying, "Yeah, I think there's a chance. It's not an out of the realm possibility. It could definitely happen. We'll see. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this scenario with myself and the firm, how it ends up playing out. Let it play out. Who knows? This might lead to me being broken. I mean, you always gotta evolve. You always gotta freshen up. I mean, you can't do reruns. Much like how professional wrestling is 52 weeks a year, new first content. We don't do reruns in wrestling. You always have to move the story forward. You always have to evolve, and the same thing goes when you revisit a different character. Would you guys like to see broken Matt Hardy return, or is this a gimmick that should be retired? Next up, Kurt Angle's big money demand for AEW. Kurt Angle retired from WWE in 2019, leaving the door open for wrestling's Olympic hero to work in AEW during its formative years. Recently, Kurt Angle spoke on his podcast about AEW President Tony Khan's interest in signing him, as well as how much it would have cost Khan to bring him in. It's gonna have to be a substantial amount of money too. I do remember Tony Khan, wanting me to come in and wrestle for him. This was like when they first started, and I said for 10 matches I want $3 million. That's $300,000 a match. As fans have seen in the past, some wrestlers set their prices so high that they doubt promoters will meet them. For whatever reason, Tony Khan apparently felt Angle wasn't worth the money, and in hindsight he may have been right, as AEW did well with its core group of established stars and its variety of young stars. Of course, what happened after Tony Khan began signing various WWE cast-offs is another story and a matter of debate among AEW fans. Next up, WWE Superstar talks more surprises from Triple H. Triple H continues to surprise the WWE Universe as he brings back fan-favourite wrestlers, and apparently some WWE Superstars have been astonished by the game's various hires, including former WWE Champion Kofi Kingston, who talked about this with NBC 10 Count's Steve Fall. Even people that haven't been here in WWE, I would love to see in WWE. There's so much talent. I've said it before, but this is a real special time in wrestling. There's just so much talent out there. I'm sure, especially with Triple H at the helm right now, we're going to have a lot more surprises, and we're going to have a lot more moments of people coming back. We're really tickling the people's fancy and giving them what they want, and that is a great thing to be a part of. The Cerebral Assassin seems to understand the value of bringing back wrestlers whose work they enjoy and add a value of surprise returns. What superstars do you think are returning to the WWE next? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Sasha Banks seen training for wrestling. Is Sasha Banks returning to the WWE? Well, fans have heard rumors about Sasha returning to the WWE for months now, ever since she and Naomi walked out of the WWE last May over alleged creative differences. Since then, the boss has kept herself busy with outside projects including fashion shows. However, a recent tweet from the Fira de Barcelona Conference Center showed Sasha training with various wrestlers, including former WWE superstar Kalisto. As Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens recently reported, Sasha Banks is returning to the USA Network as she's advertised to appear on USA Network's Barmageddon game show that's hosted by Nikki Bella. The WWE's apparent policy of pacing its returns out over time is a smart one, as it doesn't want to burn fans out with one surprise return after another. By taking its time, it's also avoiding having to rush wrestlers into storylines or crowding wrestlers out of their spots while they're in the midst of a big program. Now, we have noted before that fans shouldn't get excited until Banks and Naomi show up, and there's still plenty of talk about what role they'll play, particularly when it comes to whether they'll work as a tag team or return to singles action. You may recall one of Banks and Naomi's reported complaints about their booking was how they were thrown together as a tag team, only for WWE to give them no credible opponents and, perhaps worse, book them into singles matches while they were tag team champions. And finally, congratulations to Roman Reigns. Last but not least, congratulations to current Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns on the kayfabe accomplishment that still bears the Tribal Chief surpassing 200 days as Undisputed Champion. When many fans believing the WWE intends to keep Roman as champion until WrestleMania 39, it's easy to imagine him holding the belt for a year, a sure sign of how happy the WWE is with his work. The WWE and Reigns deserve credit for his incredible career turnaround. For some fans, it seems that Reigns the babyface was routinely booed only yesterday by the WWE Universe. Reigns is still booed, but it's for the right reason now. He's one of the WWE's top heels. Nevertheless, Reigns' booking has led to criticism from fans who question who Reigns has ever put over as champion and what the WWE's endgame is for having Roman defeat every opponent who has stepped in the ring with him. While the WWE has been successful with Reigns as champion, how much of Reigns' title run deserves credit for the company's financial success? Well, there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.